Thank you, and I'd like to congratulate the League on their first annual political speed dating event. I'm quite impressed with what you've been able to get through with all the candidates, and I thank you for the chance to be here today. To me, the choice is simple and the choice is clear. You have two candidates before you who are running for mayor, and the differences could not be greater. I'm offering myself as the candidate, I believe, of independence and dependability. I am the candidate that has served over 18 years in just about every facet of municipal government with significant background in school committee, moderator, town clerk, selectman. I have no debts. I owe no one. I come before you as someone who has served every term to its completion and as someone that you can depend upon. And I ask for those reasons to have your vote, to earn your vote on Tuesday, November 6th, to be your first mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Sullivan, 1 minute, please.
Thank you very much. I want to also thank the League of Women Voters for this opportunity this afternoon. And I want to indicate to the community at large that I am grateful, extremely grateful for the support thus far in terms of this campaign. But I'm also mindful that we still have 2 weeks to go in terms of the journey that we started with the decentralization of this government in terms of trying to, centralize our form of government. I embarked on this campaign with an announcement of May 31st. And throughout the summer and into this fall, I have campaigned continuously for the right to represent all of you. I have listened and I have learned throughout this campaign. I have learned that people are looking for a change. People are looking for a commitment to excellence in terms of our government. People are concerned in the way in which our government has operated in the last couple of years. And what people want from our new government is the opportunity to have a voice, to have someone to have a voice on their behalf.
Do you agree that the town employee pension and health care coverage constitute a serious unfunded liability? If so, what is your solution?
I do agree that there is.
Can you hold the microphone up a little bit?
Sure. I do agree that there is a serious issue associated with that, both the health care and the pension piece. I'm cognizant of the fact that the governor filed and the legislature supported a municipal relief act, which allows cities and towns to look at ways in which to join the health care program of the state, the GIC program. That needed to take place for this next fiscal year by this past couple of weeks, this past October. So I don't see it working on our behalf for our first year, but we will have an opportunity to revisit that issue and look at ways in which we could join the state program and thus perhaps save some money. In terms of the pension piece, it's something in which the state allows, again, us to look at it, but it's going to need an endorsement by local unions, as is the healthcare piece. So there are areas of savings. I've called for, as part of my ABC plan, a full audit, a full review of our town finances. I think it's imperative that we get off to the right start. And in terms of the fiscal foundation that our new government needs to offer, that's going to be a requirement in terms of this audit, this full review, and we need to look at every division of our existing town government, either on the revenue side or on the cost side. Obviously, the pension and the health care components are on the cost side, and we'll need a full review of that. So I will start square one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Powers, the same question, please.
Thank you. To me, clearly, these are significant liabilities, and with regard to the pension system, it is clearly an unfunded liability. And it is not a situation that is unique to Braintree, nor is it a situation that is unique to Massachusetts. In fact, I work in financial services, and what we're seeing by and large across the country are many municipalities shifting away from pension plans because of the extreme liabilities that they incur. The question, however, for the mayor is which program, which solution is going to be best? And in this particular question, it is what is going to be best not just for our community, but for those men and women who give their service to the community. We couldn't be talking about two more critical areas when it comes to employees and their families and their livelihoods than their health coverage and then their retirement plans. So whether we need to venture into GIC or whether we need to turn our pension program over to the state system. Before we do any of that, the mayor has to do an evaluation to make sure what is best for the retirees, the employees, and their families. I'm not convinced that we can get the best returns from the state, and that's what's going to dictate my decision. What we need to be clear in is how we make that decision to affect those people with their health care concerns and with their retirement concerns. Because as we've talked about doing what's best for Braintree, in this case, we are absolutely responsible for doing what's best for our employees and their families.
Based on Braintree's bond rating, would you plan to increase our debt service to pay for roads and other infrastructure needs?
Now, this is yet another issue that's near and dear to my heart. If we look at Braintree's capacity as a municipal corporation, about what we can take on to take care of our large capital items, the best metaphor I can use is what we all do as homeowners for our prime investment, our house. If we have an issue where we need to replace our roof, or if we need to replace a boiler, or some major issue like that, the first thing we do is recognizing if we can't care for that within our family budget, and many of us can't, nor can municipalities incur all these costs within their direct operating budget, we look to our equity. We look to the equity that we've built up in this investment of our house, and we say, okay, it's best for me to tap into that equity to repair that roof or to replace that boiler, because there's a recognition that you're taking the value of your house and you're ensuring that the value of that investment, the value of your house, is continued by using the equity. Municipal bonding and municipal borrowing is the same exact example. Now, Braintree has a tremendous capacity for borrowing, and we have the capability to borrow for roads and school buildings and other issues, aside from the school building assistance program, to make sure that we take care of our capital needs. But we need to do it smart. I don't think, and I would never advocate that we need to go to our full capacity, but just like we as homeowners would tap into the equity of our home to take care of our home, we as a municipality need to tap into our bonding capability.
Thank you very much. Mr. Sullivan, the same question.
Let me answer the question succinctly. Yes, we have capacity within our bond capital budget to be able to do a significant roads program, as well as improve the capital needs of our schools. We have currently filed by the town an application to the School Building Administration on South Junior High. I think we can expand upon that application. I think the quality of our schools physically are critically important to setting the right environment for our children to be able to learn within that school system. We have a good school system, as our MCAS schools have indicated, but we can build better schools. We can have a better physical plant in which our students can learn and our teachers can teach. In terms of the roads, it's the constant issue that I continually hear about as I go through town. We need to have a roads program in place. We have bonding capacity that will not affect our tax rate. And we have state funds that would be available to us through a Chapter 90 program, which I'm well aware of in terms of municipal money that is state money that is given to municipalities. And what we have to do is we have to plan the work and work the plan. I put out a significant program in terms of road reconstruction. I put out an educational plan in terms of how we can improve our capital needs of our schools, and we can do it within our bonding capacity.